Hi, beautiful friends. It's me, Rocio. Can you believe this is finally happening after I don't know how many years of telling myself I'm going to do this, and I don't? I'm finally going to do it. So here we are. Woohoo! Okay, let's get started. This is going to be a basic makeup tutorial. So I like to say and start with saying that I follow the 3 P's. The 3 P's that I created myself. Thank you very much. I call them the prep, prime, and pow. When I mean pow, you look good, girl. Go take some pictures, or boy. No judgment here. Prep, prime, and pow. Here we go. You need to think of your face like a canvas. One of the first things you need to do is to prep your skin. Prepping your skin requires you to use your facial cleanser, a good toner, a moisturizer, and your serums, and then a good primer. A lot of people don't use primers, and that's one of the many reasons why I failed at makeup for so many years, and I always wondered, why is this not staying? Why does my skin look like this? Primer is so important. Just like when you're painting a wall and you're putting a primer on, it helps make everything seamless. So I am going to start with using my moisturizer. I already washed my face with the Clinique facial cleanser, putting on my moisturizer, okay? I like to use the Clinique Dramatically Different Moisturizer Gel. I like the gel more. I have pretty dry skin, but in the T-zone, like many people, I get really oily. So I'm gonna just take a couple pumps. One of the most important things I think I've learned, guys, is that you need to be very gentle to your skin. And I see a lot of people when they do their makeup, they kind of pull and they tug. And we're trying to work against gravity here, okay? Wrinkles and all that. You always need to want to put your product and push it up. Make sure that you push your product up, okay? Be very gentle with the eye area. Don't tug, because you can see that's where we start to age. I think sometimes the quickest is the bags under our eyes, or you don't get much sleep when you work a lot, okay? So let's put the moisturizer on. Always follow it down to your neck, because we all know as you age and as you get older, you can start to see your neck starts to sag and get wrinkles just like anything else, and it's just part of aging. It's just normal, okay? One of my secret weapons is, it's a really funny story. I started watching QVC one really boring winter here in Michigan. I was like, oh, I'm going to turn on QVC or HSN. And I fell in love with this model actress, Josie Marin. And I picked up her 100% argan oil. This stuff is 100% argan. And if you go to QVC or YouTube, Josie Marin argan oil, you'll get the whole spiel. So I'm not going to bore you with that. So I take a couple of drops of this and place it in my skin. It is that time now where our lips start to get cracked. I'm in Michigan and your lips start getting cracked and dry, so it's important to keep it moisturized. This is our skincare. That concludes our skincare. Thank you for coming. I'm just totally kidding. Okay, so here we go. I feel like I'm a comedian today. Should I be on YouTube as a comedian? No, that's not my thing. Okay, we did the skincare. I washed my face. We did the lotion and the moisturizing gel and all that stuff. One of the most important things is to use a good primer, guys. Like I had said before, when you do painting a wall, priming the wall is important for many reasons, right? So it's the same thing with your face. I am using the Ulta Face Poreless Primer, okay? And I will link all this stuff in the description and put a little bit box right here. So I'm gonna go in and put my primer on. Always working up, never tugging down. I like to think this keeps me looking young, not pulling down. I get a lot of people ask me how old I am. I am 32. I was born in 1988. And a lot of people don't believe that. And I think it's because I have a little cute baby face. I have a little baby face. I think it's always going to be like that. Sometimes it works for me and sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes I want to look like a badass adult. And I have these like chubby cheeks. Like it doesn't always work, okay? So let's put our primer on. Down to your neck, just ever so slightly. Today we are going to use one of my palettes that I just got from Ulta in the Friends collection. and I'm so excited. I got Phoebe, Rachel, and Monica. I had to get them all. If you know me personally, you know I'm obsessed with Friends, the TV show Friends, and I'm probably always going to be obsessed with it. So it's going to be awesome when we get to this part. I'm so excited. Okay. My first video, and my neighbor is sawing, and I'm having flashback to the dentist. It's foundation time. Foundation time, guys. Foundation is like a magic wand that a magician uses. It pretty much fixes everything that you could ever need that surgery won't fix, obviously, right? So I'm going to tell you a quick story. I have always had acne-prone skin. It doesn't look like it anymore, but not many. But I have had such bad acne. And honestly, it's because I wore makeup way too young. And my skincare has never been better. It obviously was not always good. I tried many different types of foundations and concealers to cover up my acne. I never really got to the root of the problem because I was so young and I was just like, whatever, I'm just going to cover it. I've been wearing makeup since I was probably in 4th grade. You know, I love makeup. I would go in my mom's purse and go through her eyeliner and stuff. And now it's like my thing. Now my mom will go in through my bag and be like, what do you have in there? I got tricks, Mom. I got a bunch of tricks in here. So I came across the Clinique Acne Solutions Foundation. This product is amazing. This product has 0.5% salicylic acid in it. And if you don't know what salicylic acid is, obviously Google is our best friend now. But it's what's in a lot of acne products like face washes and cleansers and toners and all that. I'm not kidding, guys. This stuff is gold if you suffer from acne. If you have very sensitive skin, you need to be careful. Obviously, consult your dermatologist and all that good blah, blah, blah. But this stuff is amazing. So this is what I'm going to be using, okay? I am going to take a beauty blender. You guys have seen these beauty blenders. I use this so much. It's got a little bit of staining on it. And I'm also going to dampen this. A lot of people dampen it with water, which is totally fine. But I like to dampen mine with Max Fix Plus. This is going to definitely make your foundation stay on. We did the primer. We are going to dampen our beauty blender with Max Fix Plus. A couple spritz, that's all you need. Go in with my foundation. And I'm actually going to put the foundation on my fingers first. I like to warm up the product before I actually just go in. And where I know I'm going to need the coverage. It goes on so seamlessly. I love it. Today is also going to be a very basic tutorial on makeup. I did a poll on Instagram if people wanted to see more of a fall makeup or glam fall makeup or beginner makeup. And people chose the beginner. Now we'll definitely be doing fall glam because I love fall. I think it's my favorite season besides spring. I do not like summer and I don't like winter. But anyways, so once we have our foundation on that we apply with our fingers, we're going to go in with our beauty blender and push it into our skin. And the Max Fix Plus really helps with helping kind of go on seamlessly also. And if you need any more foundation, like I have a little bit of rosacea going on, my skin likes a little bit red sometimes. I got a little bit of acne scarring from the past. Not too bad. Just apply the foundation. If you listen to nothing but this, never forget your neck. How many times have we all seen or done it ourselves? You're white down here and then your foundation doesn't match. Foundation not matching is a no-no. Don't ever forget your ears. Don't ever forget your ears. Kind of tap them in. I'm going to be wearing a headband, so it's not a big deal today, but put a little bit on your ears to make everything blend. Next is going to be concealer. we are going to use concealer, and obviously my favorite line is Clinique, so I'm going to be using the Clinique Beyond Perfecting Concealer. This stuff is very, very pigmented. Very, very pigmented. So I'm going to take just a little bit. I do not apply the triangles. I know a lot of Instagram and a lot of people that I follow like to do that, and that's totally fine. It's a preference. I like to use less product as I can, unless it's going to be like a date night and I need to kind of cake on makeup. I am only going to put 2 dots and 1 over here and the same thing over here. I don't like putting too much concealer. I don't like the down here looking so white that it looks to me very fake. That's me. Obviously, preference, and there's a time and a place for everything, right? So I'm going to go in with my beauty blender. Very, very gently. Just kind of disperse it. And again, I'm not doing triangles and all of that. I am just going in, making sure that the product is getting into my skin, seeping into the skin. Okay. Here's a trick. Use a little bit of that concealer. Put it on your brows. That's going to be like the primer for the brows. Like we did for the skin, this is going to be for the brows. Okay. One of my most asked questions is, how do you do your brows, Rocio? And I'm going to show you how I do my brows. This is going to be an everyday brow, and I have 2 different types of brows. One is an everyday brow, and then the second one is like a glam, Instagram, sharp, dark brow. And I'm going to do that in a different video. So today we're going to do very basic brows every day, but they're going to be pretty and give you your shape. I'm going to start by using a brow pencil. And this is a Wet n Wild Khol crayon pencil for the eyes. It's very cheap. I think it's from CVS, or you can get it Ulta or anywhere. We can get it at CVS and Walmart. So we're going to start by lining the brow underneath. Follow the arch very lightly. Don't go in too dark. It is going to look really messy before it looks perfect, okay? So just trust the process. Next, I'm going to take my pencil and do little strokes of hair. A little bit, just a little strokes of hair. You're going towards the front, go up. And then follow your natural hair pattern. You can see that my hair over here goes down, so follow that. Very, very lightly. Next, we are going to take a spoolie. Spoolie is referred to this little like mascara wand looking kind of thing. And then this other end is a flat-ended brush. And this is a spoolie. We're going to take the spoolie and we're going to brush our brows up. Disperse that product just a little bit. Again, they will look crazy before they look perfect. Just trust the process, okay? I just picked up this new product that I actually been loving. This is from CVS. And if you look closely, it has little prongs on it. 1, 2, 3, 4 little picks on it. This is supposed to resemble hair-like strokes, so it is really cool. We're going to go in and lightly make little hair-like strokes in the brow. Towards the front, make sure that you go up. And with this, you can go a little bit heavy-handed. And again, towards the end, make sure you're following your hair pattern. You can see the little strokes that are in here. If I get really close, you can see them. It's okay if you make them too long, because that is what cleaning up, concealing is going to do and fix, okay? There we go. With your spoolie, make sure that you are doing a good brushing. Make sure that you brush it really, really well. If you feel like your brows are too dark, this is the time to brush them really, really well, and you will see that some product starts to come off. Now we are going to conceal, and we are going to conceal to make this a little bit cleaner here and a little bit cleaner up here. Okay, so I'm just going to take concealer. You're going to need a flat-ended brush and go underneath the brow. This is what's going to give you that perfect shaped brow, concealing it. Do it at the bottom and then do it at the top. And here you can decide if you want it to be a really sharp brow or more of a rounded brow. That is totally preference. I would suggest at the beginning, to kind of just follow your natural arch, kind of play with it, and then you can start changing it up. You got to kind of get the basics down. So with concealer, you're going in. This is a good time to pull some of this concealer down and use it as an eye primer base. They do sell eye primers. I do not really like eye primers that much, but I have tried some of them. But we're going to keep this basic. So whatever you have on hand, we're going to use some of that concealer. Pull it down a little bit. Add a little bit more. And this is a good time to put it on your lid. With your damp beauty blender that has a little bit of that Fix Plus or just a little bit damp with water, go in and really disperse that product on the eye. Very, 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 very gently on the eye. Then it's kind of a back and forth. Go back in with your spoolie. See if you see anything else. Go in with your little beauty blender. Here is another trick I love to do. If I like to make my brows kind of ombre-ish. I have had my many shares and attempts at filled brows. I will insert a picture here of how I've done little Sharpie brows before. I thank God that we all have influencers now to kind of follow, tell us kind of what to do or how to do your brows on Google or YouTube or Pinterest. Because back in the day, you just kind of winged everything, right? You just, the more is better. And we've all had our fair share of bad brows. So making them really dark from the front to the end. Now what's really in is like the ombre brow. That's what I really like. Where it's going to be a little bit lighter here and really, really dark here. But right now, we're going to keep it really, really natural. So what I like to do is take that beauty blender. If you feel this is still too dark, go over the beginning of it with it. And this will take a little bit of that foundation to kind of conceal that little bit of the front. Not make it so dark. You see, it makes it a little bit more natural and it's very, very nice. Go back in with your spoolie. And brush. At this point, your brows should be very snatched and natural. This is the beginning and this is the end. It does make a big difference. Okay? So, one of the biggest things is there is a kind of like a rule and there's a little pattern. There's a clip that I'm going to insert that your brow should begin right here and the arch should be towards over here. And then the end should be over here. There's like a rule. My arch goes a little bit more further to the right or to the left, depending on the brow. So I follow the natural arch. If you can't find your natural arch, do the rule and go ahead and go the beginning. This should be the middle and your end should be angled here, as you can see that. It's a really awesome trick. It is so exciting. I am so excited. I have an obsession with Friends, the TV show Friends. If you know me personally, you know I love Friends. I love Lucy and the Golden Girls. But Friends is probably number one. Makeup Revolution came out with a Friends collection and I had to get everything. Oh, there goes that paycheck. But it's so amazing. I got the Phoebe palette, the Rachel palette, and the Monica palette. But I'm going to be using the Phoebe today because I think it's more natural. And we're doing a basic natural look. And Look how beautiful that is. It is so pretty. We have Smelly Cat, Smelly Cat. We have You're My Lobster, Triplet, Ice, Flaky, Buffet, Phoebe Buffet, Science Boy, Bike, because she's always riding her bike, and Ditzy. Who doesn't love Phoebe, right? Sometimes it's really hard to figure out what eyeshadow order, what colors, how many to use, especially when you're first starting off. So we're going to keep it really basic today, but it's going to look so beautiful and seamless. You're going to need a brush, a nice fluffy brush. This is just a Wet n Wild. This is probably an e.l.f. If you're a beginner, I would suggest to invest in maybe medium quality brushes or just basic dollar store brushes. High-end brushes can be very expensive. I mean, like $40, $50 a brush. So for beginner, you are fine playing with these. I had got this Wet n Wild years ago, and I love it. It was $1. I think they even sell this at the dollar store now. It's amazing. So I'm going to be doing a natural look. So first you're going to want to do is to take a shade that's very close to the natural color of your eye, okay? Of the eye skin right here. So for me, it's probably this one that's called Buffet, this Dusty Mauve. And you're going to use it as a transition color. A transition color is kind of a color that you start with, and you're going to add more and more to it. But that's going to be like the base of the color scheme. So just taking it, and I'm starting on the inner rim of the eye and doing wiper blade motions. Okay? So wiper blade motions. And then I'm taking it with little circles all the way up to my brow bone. Very lightly. Very important. Don't dig in and don't straight put it on the eye. Do not do that because you're going to grab too much product. It's a lot easier to build up coverage on the eye than to take it off because you will have to start over and you're going to want to throw in the towel. We don't need that. This is possible. So take a little bit, tap it off, work it into the crease, and then swirl it around all the way up and in. Next, we are going to take another color, usually about 1 shade or 2 shades darker. For me, it's going to be this ice color here. Tap it off. Go into the crease here. Do little wiper blade motions. Bring it towards the center and swirl it. Swirl little circles all through here. Little circles. That is going to give you a nice definition. You can stop here and use another darker color if you would like. I'm going to go back in, take a little bit more because I want it just a little bit more darker. And again, I'm going to pat it in here in the middle, the crease, then I'm going to swirl it. Depending how dark you want, like I said, do 1 more shade a little bit darker. If this is comfortable for you, leave it alone and just make sure you blend it by swirling it. So swirl, 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 swirl. Next, I'm going to take a different brush, a brush that's a little bit more together, a little bit tighter, that's not so fluffy. And I'm going to go in with that color that we put on the rim. For me, it's ice. And put it underneath my eye. Very gently. That gives you just a pretty definition. I think it makes everything kind of come together. Just a little bit underneath. Do not go in the corner. Just kind of take it underneath here and sweep it, okay? One of my favorite things to use are my little fingers. We have oils on our fingers, and this is one of the best tools that a brush couldn't even do, could never do. No matter what the brush, your fingers are always your best tools. I am going to take Smelly cat. Smelly cat. And I'm going to put it in the middle right here. And it's going to give me that pop that I want. And then I'm going to take another shade, which is going to be Bike, and I'm going to insert that in the corner of my eyes. It is really pretty, and it's important to make your eyes always look like you're awake, right? We're all so tired. Putting a really light color, like a highlighter or a white shadow or gold, in the corner of your eyes, it makes a big difference. It is beautiful, and you're going to see that. So I'm going to take my fingers. I'm going to take Smelly Cat. Take a good amount. And I'm going to put it right on the lid. Depending on how dark and dramatic or just how vibrant you want it, you can leave it like this and blend it, or you can go in to give it a little bit more it's there kind of feel. Like you can definitely see it. It's such a pretty little glow. A lot of different shadows go on way better with your fingers because of the oil and the heat that we produce. If I went in with my brush to put this on, it might be a little bit blah, but when you use your fingers, especially satin colors that are shimmery like this, the oil on your fingers works wonders. So when you get comfortable to like, oh, I like the way that looks, you're going to take one more color. I like the lightest color that I can put in, which is going to be this Bite color. Usually I like whites or golds. I'm going to take a different finger, put it in the corner, inner corner of my eyes. And magic happens. Magic happens. This is such a pretty color. Go back in with my blending brush. Make sure everything's blended. Go in with the other brush that has that other color on it and play with it. Just kind of make everything seamless, you know, make it look pretty and natural and seamless. Go underneath here. Let's say you need a little bit more because you're like, oh, it kind of faded or I don't like it. It's not dark enough. Go in and play with it. I think that pop of color right in the middle here in the corner, it makes a big difference. If you do too much, you know, with a makeup remover, take it off and go in a little bit. Sometimes your fingers, you got to be careful because if you put too much, it ends up over here. So just take it really carefully again and in the inner corner of your eyes, and it makes a big difference. Like you can just see. It just gives you that. I just woke up and I had espresso and I've slept like a queen. I slept like a princess. I slept like Sleeping Beauty last night, right? Okay. Next is everybody's favorite dreaded part. Does that even make sense? I don't know. The girl over here with 3 degrees should probably know how to speak English and know what words mean, right? My favorite liquid eyeliner is the NYX Vinyl Liner. Vinyl is shiny, and then there's a matte, which is no shine at all. So, definitely my preference. I like the vinyl one. This can be very scary for some. This is a tip what this looks like here. And I'm going to do a very, very natural wing. So, I am going to start in the middle of my eye. Get as close as you can to the lash line here. And follow it all the way around. When you're beginning, eyeliner should never be rushed. Don't rush it. It is going to fail. If you don't have time, don't use it until you are a pro or feel comfortable. Some people can even do it in the car with their eyes closed and sleep. That is skill. If you don't have time and you're beginning, don't do it because you're going to mess everything up. So get as close as you can to the lash line. Follow that line all the way to the end. You're going to take it and do a very, very small stroke up. Very, very small. Take your time. And that's a baby wing. Some people do it like this and leave it like that, use mascara. We're going to make it look beautiful. We are going to take and complete it by connecting it from this bottom here, making a little another tip that connects to it. It looks so much better, in my opinion, when it connects from the bottom to the top. I have seen people, like I said, just do the top and wing it, and it's fine if that's what you like, but I like it to look connected. I always connect my wings. This is a little baby wing. And there you have it. When you're really, really up close to the mirror, you can see if you're too far away from it, go in and get as close as you can to the lash line. And that's the little baby wing. Using eyeliner on the bottom rim of your eyes is definitely a preference. I used to do a lot of liquid liner underneath when I was a little bit younger, and I don't know how nobody ever told me that didn't look good, because I don't think it looks very good. I think it ages you a lot, and if you want to do a liner at the bottom, I definitely suggest using a pencil, not liquid eyeliner. But time and a place for everything, right? Time and a place for everything. Next, we're just going to take an eyelash curler and put on some mascara. I do not use eyelash curlers very often. I think they damage the eyelashes a lot, and we can't be having that. And some people have like eyelash extensions now, so they don't even really even need to do anything to their eyelashes. So we're just going to take our eyelash curler, get as close as you can, hold it in for a little bit, and let it go. My holy grail mascaras are from, guess where? HSN. Ugh. HSN, you can just have my paycheck. And QVC. Both of them. It Cosmetics, it stands for Innovative Technology, and it is just an amazing line. You can get it at Ulta. I don't know if you can get it at Sephora. You can definitely get it at QVC and HSN. So, Superhero by It Cosmetics and Lash Blowout by It Cosmetics. Very, very good. I like to use both of them. I start with the Superhero, and then I go in with the Lash Blowout. I have tried hundreds of mascaras, and I've never found just one that does everything. And I have used every type of mascara you can imagine. So, here we go. Okay, so let's apply these bad boy mascaras. I have learned that when using pretty much almost any type of mascara, it's really nice to get in and kind of turn the brush, because there is bristles on both sides that kind of have a purpose. So go in, jiggle it a little bit around, and then turn it. That is what I have found to give me the best result. To go in, dig a little bit around, and then to just kind of spin it around on the lash line, on your lashes. I think that makes it really pretty. You can definitely comb through your lashes before you do this. I usually do not. And that is the first coat. Then I'm going to go in with my Blowout, my second one. And every brush is really different, and that's why I use both of them. And I'm going to go in and do the exact same thing. And if I was doing a more glam look, I would go in and use fake eyelashes, which I'm not going to do because we did a very basic look today. I'm going to take the Blowout one that I just used. Make sure I clean the brush because there's a lot of product right now. And do the bottom lashes. That just makes a big difference. Mascara makes such a big difference. And there we are. Next, what we are going to do is blush. And my favorite blush that I use is the Laura Gellar Baked Blush. And take a nice fluffy brush, blush brush. Tap it in, swirl it around. This one's got a really pretty like sheen highlighter glow. I can speak English. There we go. And I like to place that on the apples of my cheeks and swirl it around. It's very, very, very subtle. You can easily layer it on. In the day, I don't like to put too much because then I look like, you know, like this. Okay. Really helps when you smile and you place it on. Sometimes I'll carry a little bit over my nose too. Especially this, and because this has also kind of like a highlighter effect, very lightly, I will bring it up and down, down, and down, just so it all connects. Going with our very natural nude kind of makeup theme, going to be using a lip liner that's close to the lip color that I have, my natural lip color. Llama Lips. Sometimes, depending on the day, I do overline my lips, sometimes a little bit bigger than what they are, and then sometimes I'll keep it natural. So right now, I'm just going to keep it natural, and this is the actual lip shape. It helps a lot when you're using lip liner to take a little bit and kind of color your lips with your lip liner, because it will give it a little bit of like a base to stay. And this is the Bebe lip liner in Mocha. Next, I'm going to be using a lip gloss, liquid lip gloss, cream liquid lipstick, excuse me, by Kkw. Kkw is the Kim Kardashian line, and when she did this one, she partnered with Kylie Cosmetics. The sisters, the Kardashians, we all know who those are. It's a very pretty kind of mauve-y look. Go in, fill it. Lips together. It's such a pretty color. This color is called Kiki. So now I am going to finish the other half of my face, and I will come back so you guys can see the finished look. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If in any way this video has helped you, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel at Rocio Eyes. Give it a big thumbs up. Turn on notifications. Hello, every time I post a new video, you'll be the first to know. If there's anything I can do for you, if you have any questions, comment down below. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Rocio Eyes. Smelly cat, why are they feeding you?